The side quest of life I experienced today. A lifetime without getting married. 22 years old. I graduated from college. I found a job with a monthly salary of $5,300 and weekends off. 5:42 p.m. The card machine beeped softly. You walked out of the office building. The summer breeze carries a hint of asphalt. The smell after being heated in the sun. The phone is now facing forward. My salary of 5,300 yuan has been credited. You're standing in front of the convenience store freezer. The first time I didn't even look at the price. I got a bottle of craft beer for 16 bucks. I also bought a box of steak for 39 bucks on a whim. Back to the small rented room, costing 1,700 yuan a month. The room is not big, but the sofa was your choice. The projector was bought by you. Even the pothose plant on the balcony. I carried them all back from the flower stone market myself. No one asked you why you spend recklessly. No one's rushing you to sleep early. You open the food delivery app. Suddenly saw cheap flights to Dali. 892 yuan. You've been staring for 3 minutes. Next second. Payment successful. You smiled. Suddenly feel. Turns out adult happiness. Is it really that simple? 25 years old. Your salary increased to 7,800. My colleagues are starting to get married one after another. Someone bought a house. Someone is engaged. Someone lost 280,000 in financial management. I argue with my family until early morning. During lunch break, the whole office is talking about the richest man. Let's talk about housing prices. Let's talk about which school our kids should go to. You're sitting next to me eating a 19 yuan delivery meal. After listening for a while, silently put on the headphones. You have thought about marriage before. Just thinking about the mortgage every time. Car loan, wedding, betrothal gifts, and also later. That endless list of debts that can never be settled. You suddenly feel tired. And now, you can play games all night after work. Sleep in until I naturally wake up on the weekend. You can also carry a backpack, taking the high-speed rail alone to a strange city just to space out. Your time is 100% yours. 28 years old. One Thursday evening. You're off work and heading home. Take a bath and watch it is. Scrolling through archived TikTok videos while lying in bed. Just came across the sunset by the sea. The next second, you open the ticket purchasing app. Once I buy the ticket to Xiamen for the next day. Without a plan. No guide. No one asked you. Why go suddenly? You're sitting by the sea, feeling the breeze. Spent 18 bucks on a bottle of beer. Sit until 10 p.m. Making waves one after another. Lapping against the shore. You suddenly feel. A person's freedom truly exists. 30 years old. Your salary is over 10,000 a month. My savings have hit 6 figures for the first time. The bank card has about 112,463 yuan. You gave yourself a slightly bigger one. Bought a coffee machine. Air fryer. I also have a cat. She crouches by the door every night waiting for you to come home. During that time, do you really think you could live like this forever? Not getting married. That's pretty good. But then again, it was also that very year. Changes are starting to appear. Relatives back home are asking more and more often. Not married yet? Don't set your sights too high. No one takes care of a man when he gets old. You just smile. But deep down, I feel a bit annoyed. What's even more annoying is, we used to play ball and drink together. People who stay up all night writing. Slowly starting to disappear. Someone had a baby. Someone's wife is pregnant. Some people are never free on weekends. You've asked me out to dinner 3 times. Didn't even ask them out. Later, you slowly stopped asking. 35 years old. You're attending a university roommate's child's 1-month celebration. At the dinner table. His face was bright red from drinking. Say it. My brother also envies your freedom. Typing a reply to his wife while looking down. She said the monthly mortgage is 6,200. The kids' tutoring class is 2,000. I hide in the car to smoke. Listen to me. Suddenly a bit relieved. I feel like I haven't gotten involved. After the party ends. 11 p.m. You're home. The key goes into the lock. The door opened. The room was pitch black. The air is eerily quiet. You yelled out all of a sudden. I'm back. The cat ran out from behind the sofa. No one responded. At that moment, you suddenly feel an inexplicable emptiness. But the next morning when I woke up, the sunlight is coming in. You know, actually, this isn't so bad. No one's arguing. No one's causing trouble. Quiet. Take it easy. Freedom. 38 years old. You've started seriously learning to cook. Study coffee. Learn to bake. I also started running on weekends. 6 a.m. The streets are empty. Only the sound of wind blowing through the leaves. You're wearing headphones. Jog slowly. Suddenly I notice that I always used to think. Something that requires 2 people to do. One person can actually do it alone. 42 years old. My parents are starting to get old. Once upon a time, your dad's in the hospital. You're running up and down the hospital all by yourself. Payment. Sign and get the lab report. The first time I seriously thought about growing old. What should I do? This issue feels like a tiny thorn stuck in my heart. Not painful, but it's always been 45 years old. One early morning. You suddenly get holy when you have an episode. My back is soaked in sweat from the pain. Someone took a taxi to the hospital. The emergency room lights were very white. The air is filled with the smell of disinfectant. The nurse asked, where are the family members? You paused for a moment and said, no, that night. The first time I truly realized. Freedom is not without cost. The ease you overindulged in when you were young. Someday, it will be different. Come back. But it was after that. You started exercising and getting regular checkups. Save money diligently. Researching pension insurance. I even learned how to handle many emergency situations. You're not compromising. You're just starting to take responsibility for your future self. 50 years old. You don't really care what others say anymore. Some people think it's a shame. Some people think you're smart. But you're increasingly realizing what life really is. There's no standard answer. You've seen too many people. Married but still lonely, sleeping in the same bed. But he didn't say a single word. I've also met a lot of people. For the kids and the mortgage. Forced myself to grow old. But you also admit. Sometimes. You envy other families for being lively and close. I envy those who have someone waiting for them to come home. Someone brought me hot water when I was sick. During the Chinese New Year, someone left a light on. Loneliness really has. But do you regret it? It doesn't seem like it either. 60 years old. You're retired. Pension received. Savings are enough to cover expenses. No debts. No pressure. You've started your journey. Occasionally go to the seaside. I go to the mountains every now and then. And also downstairs in the neighborhood. Playing cards and shooting the breeze with a few retired old guys. Life is uneventful. But it's safe. Comfortable. At the age of 70. Winter. You brewed yourself a pot of hot tea. Moisture slowly crept up the glass. Someone outside is calling for the child. Come home for dinner. The lights downstairs are turning on one by one. You stood by the window for a while. Otherwise, thinking of this lifetime. You were free when you were young. In middle age, you also endured loneliness. You acknowledged those costs. You've truly had those moments of happiness too. And then you finally understood. There are no standard answers in life. Some people enjoy lively and bustling environments. Some people prefer peace and quiet. Someone wants a family of 3. Some people just want to protect their own little world. Neither is wrong. You have no children or grandchildren to surround you in this life. Without any dramatic fanfare. Not trapped by anyone either. You just do it your way. Live each day as it comes, earnestly and fully. Later, the water boiled. You turn and head back to the kitchen. The light is warm and the meal is still hot. There's a breeze outside and the shadows of the trees are swaying gently. This life has been plain and simple. It turned out quite satisfactory.